Hello everyone, and welcome to my Days of Our Lives official. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up.
She informs him about the Valentine's Day she was considering when they sat down. Hearing that she and his grandfather owned a club intrigues Doug 3. Unfortunately, it was converted into a restaurant, which has since closed. Doug proposes naming a new club after his grandfather. Sadly, Julie informs him that things will never be the same. When Doug hears how much she's struggling, Julie tells him that she and Marlena are finally participating in bereavement therapy. But she's still having trouble, and Doug says he's willing to listen whenever she needs him. Thanking him, she inquires as to if he has met any lovely girls or boys. No luck, but definitely gal. Although she isn't single, he has his eye on this one female. Julie thinks that while respecting a partnership is important, he should also be open about how he feels. Is she pushing him to destroy his house? She informs him that she didn't love her husband, thus it was okay that Doug was paid to end her marriage. Doug was unique. When she tells him about the song, Julie, which he wrote for her, Doug 3 requests to read the lyrics. However, she returns a short while later, unable to locate the book that contains it.
Hold on.
During the radioactive mayor story, she brought it to the family cabin. She says it's too much trouble, even though Doug offers to go grab the book for her. He leaves to get the book since he won't hear it. Days Leo carries a bouquet and a box of chocolate while grinning at Holly in her robe in the Kiriaki's living room. Holly finds a note from Tate and a rose as she arrives downstairs. After she reads it and turns around, he enters carrying chocolates and a bouquet. She cheerfully praises him, stating that he already prepares enough meals for her at the cabin. She didn't get him anything, though. Don't worry, they will have a great time tonight. However, he follows up to make sure she isn't under any pressure. She wishes they had been each other's firsts, but she isn't. Tate claims that being with Holly tonight will be ideal. This Valentine's Day will be one to remember. To acquire groceries for evening, he dashes outside. When Maggie arrives, Holly thanks her for allowing Tate to take the cabin's keys and gives her some chocolate. He desires for their day to be very memorable. May I inquire how unique he intends to make it? Will you two be having sex tonight? Holly takes a deep breath. Grandma. Days Holly and Maggie sit and converse in the Kiriaki's living room. Yes, but Maggie must bring up this topic while Nicole is in Paris. Maggie wants an open discussion, but she's mature enough to do as she pleases. Holly smiles and says, okay, fine, they intend to be together. Maggie and Sarah were both teenagers, so she understands what it's like. Just be ready to take a major step. Regarding Tate and Sophia, she appears to be conflicted. Maggie responds that she only wants her granddaughter to be happy when Holly tells her that now is the right moment. After exchanging hugs, Holly leaves for the cabin. Days Amy gives Sophia, who is seated across from her and sipping smoothies at a table in the plaza, a blank stare. Amy gives her daughter a Valentine's Day gift while Sophia and her mother are enjoying smoothies at Horton Square. It is a present for a baby. Additionally, the baby is only 6 months away. Sophia then informs her mother that she and Tate are searching for a suitable partner to adopt their child. Sophia sets out her plan to locate a loving, Christian spouse that her mom knows, or can get to know, while Amy tries to shut it down right immediately. Don't you believe that living with his or her biological parents would be the best life possible?
No.
She doesn't. They will not be together since they are too young. This could be the baby another couple is praying for, she begs her mother to at least think about. Just as Tate passes by, Sophia calls for help from her mother, but she passes out before he can get too far. After she says she's okay, it strikes again, and they take her to the hospital right away. Days Chanel smiles at Johnny from her bed in their bedroom while holding a tray of flowers and breakfast. On Valentine's Day, as well as their anniversary, Johnny brings Chanel breakfast in bed, and she insists on getting into bed with her. They express their excitement about establishing a family in Salem. Chanel gently informs him that although she is completely prepared to become a mother, there might be an issue. She fears that she will miscarry again. However, Johnny reminds his wife that Kayla assured her that there was no risk. However, they don't have to jump right in. Perhaps they should schedule a meeting with Kayla, since Chanel wants to give it a try. In the morning, Kayla sits with a cup of coffee and looks about with curiosity as she greets Steve. Playing dumb, Steve instructs her to go get coffee while she gets ready. When he leaves, she murmurs to herself, "Did he forget our anniversaries?" When Stephanie arrives with campaign ideas to preserve the hospital, she is complaining about it. The battle is far from done. Kayla is even more shocked when she notices the coffee and tries to get a cup. After Steve emerges and the two continue to act foolish about the day, Kayla clumsily leaves for work. "Unless you require my assistance in any way." "No, they're okay." After she leaves, Stephanie and Steve begin preparing a surprise for her anniversary. They pull out banners, balloons, and old photos, among other things. Dazed Steve is arranging yellow flowers in the Johnson living room as Stephanie turns to face the Valentine's Day banners on the windows. "Has this romantic side of you always existed?" Steph asks her father. No, he hasn't. He remembers their first Valentine's Day together when he gave her wind-up chattering teeth as a gift after she gave him a card. After thanking Stephanie for her assistance, Steve inquires about her personal plans. She and Alex are going out. That she didn't give up on love makes him happy. Johnny and Chanel express their gratitude to Kayla for fitting them in at the hospital. There have been many cancellations since people learned the hospital was closing, but she thinks it's okay. After reviewing the blood results, she informs them that trying for a second pregnancy at this time is not a good idea. Her high HGC levels may indicate a new tumor formed from the tissue left over from her molar pregnancy. It's best to avoid getting pregnant right now while they check on it more. However, it shouldn't have an impact on her future chances of becoming pregnant. Days as Chanel sits in a gown on a medical chair in the hospital and Kayla speaks to them, Johnny looks down sorrowfully while holding her hand. Chanel is happy that they sought advice before attempting, even though it's a setback. Additionally, it might not be wise to attempt again at all. Before departing, they go to the reception area to discuss the situation. Johnny makes an effort to reassure Chanel that her health comes first. After checking Sophia out with Tate and Amy, Kayla reports that she is experiencing a common form of round ligament pain. No huge deal. Amy adds, "They both seem to care so much about the baby, so why give it away?" as she receives a leaflet. They say that's precisely why. Amy stops. "All right. If you are able to locate the ideal pair." Steve and Stephanie unexpectedly emerge in the show's closing seconds, frightening a jubilant Kayla. "It's unbelievable that you led me to believe that you forgot." Her parents give each other a happy kiss as Steph departs to spend their anniversary. Dazed Tate and Sophia converse with Amy in a hospital room, both of them appearing optimistic. As Julie inhales the roses at home, we are transported back to their early days when Doug recited the poem to them. Maggie brings her back to reality and wishes her close pal a joyous Valentine's Day. As she inquires about the roses, Julie exults at her benevolent step-grandson before going to the cabin to retrieve Doug's lyrics. Maggie points out that he's going to be surprised. Holly arrives at the cabin, unpacks, and pulls out her robe and gorgeous nightgown. She puts it on and examines herself in the mirror. Then Doug enters. Sophia expresses gratitude to her mother for reconsidering the adoption. Amy assures her kid that her emotions are important. They both claim to adore one another. Tate sees Chanel and Johnny outside the room after texting Holly to let her know he's a bit late. He shares with them Sophia's story and how her mother has finally agreed to an adoption. "We just need to find the right couple now." Johnny and Chanel exchange glances. "Perhaps you just did."